Hello everybody, it's Eleanor at Eleanor's Place. I'm down at plot 2 and I've just been strimming. I've only done the first half of the plot, not where the orchard is, because my strimmer runs out of battery. So it looks better for it anyway. I'm trying to keep on top of it with a strimmer because the lawnmower is hard work. Anyway, one or two of you asked to be shown an overview of the plot. So I thought, well, here I am. So I'll let you see it. And the first thing I wanted to just draw your attention to is this. This is a heuchera marmalade and it's looking absolutely beautiful at the moment. It's the most beautiful colour. Well worth the money, that one. Then we've got phlox just over there. The lupin is still flowering. It's just starting to fade a bit, but it's still got a nice load of flowers. And then this in front of it is eryngium. Now I'm starting to move some of those because it's starting to self-seed, and I'll pull them out and put them around the plot in different places on the borders. And over here, that there, is a heuchera, but grown from seed. I have a few higher up as well. Now this Bergenia is looking better now that the spring isn't so, spring's gone on and it's not quite as wet, although we are in for some more rain this week, but nothing like what we've had. And it's starting to come back, but I really think I'm going to have to move it because I don't think it's going to be happy here. This is a very waterlogged bed. The ground's very heavy, as you can probably see. It's quite clumpy, and I just don't think it suits it. So I think I'll be moving that this year. All the mallow, the original mallow, have died. I mean, there's one over there that's still surviving, and there's some seedlings down here which I'll let them come on. There's one there, for example. I'll let them come on and then I'll clump them together in the centre to make another patch. I've forgotten what this is called. It might be a coreopsis, but pardon me if I'm wrong. I can't remember. It's got nice little yellow flowers on it. It's got the most horrendous perennial weed sitting in the middle of it, which I can't get out. But it's doing very well anyway. And then of course the Alchemilla mollis here on the end doing its thing. Okay, and then over there is a campion. What's it called again now? Lichness. There we go. So looking nice. These raspberry canes are really springing into life now. I think I'm going to have to secure this. It's gone a bit wobbly, these posts, because those wires are not going to do the trick, and I do need to start supporting them. Well, they fall all over the pathways and you can't get past, and you can't cut the grass or anything. Okay, now this bed here I've decided to use as a brassica bed this year, and I've got cabbages at this end. There's a few turnips there. I was a bit slow to cover them, so the birds got a few of them, but I've covered them now and they're okay. I've got a line, but I will replant, I think, put more seed in. This bit here, this weedy little bit here, I'll clean this out because I've got some cauliflowers ready to go in. And then on the very end here, I've got some kale, and I think there's one D Toscana at the end there. The others are just green kale. So there we go. So I'll just let you have a look at this section first, because this is the potager in the centre. You might not see them from that distance. Let me get in a bit closer. There's actually some asparagus in here, and just this morning I planted leeks, which will, waving away madly there, they will just come on in their own time. That's a few weeds in the corner that I pulled out and left there. This bed here, this bed here I've had to re-sow my parsnips because none of them came up. I think they must have just rotted away. There's a little bit of a gap there in between that and those onions. Can you see those onions? Is it picking it up? These are seed onions. I've only got about 6, but in fact I think I've got 5 now. I did have 6, one's vanished. Oh well. Yeah, so they're in, and then there's these beetroot on the end, and I've got a follow-up batch to go in. Put in my French cline beans, looking a bit yellow. I think I'm going to have to feed them. A bit of enrichment needed, I think, there. Over here I've got my garlic, which is starting to look like it's ready to come out. It's not going to be long. And then next to it I've put some celery. Just there, surrounded with a bit of good old slug pellets. Sorry to those of you who don't agree with them, but if it's between me and the slugs, they can quite frankly go do one. I will use slug pellets. The thyme's looking nice. Now I've heard people saying, let's see, I've got 3 there. That corner over there hasn't got one because of the strawberry bed at the moment. But people say they're hard to grow. Now I grew that from seed and I've never had any trouble with it. Maybe it's because it's quite a light sandy soil up here, so I don't know, because I'm no great shakes with herbs and things, but I've used a bit of it with chicken. It's gorgeous. Over here, well, I did have a lovely little line of fennel in here, and I think I've got 1 left over here, and the rest have gone. So I put seeds in cells to try and give me more of a chance. And then up here, I don't think you can see them at the moment, but there is a little line of spring onions coming up. But again, they never do as well like this, so I've got loads in cells which will be coming into this bed as well. And then there's some radish on the end which are just starting to come up. The bird's been having a bit of a pull at them. I noticed that they've had a chew, but yeah, not doing too bad. The strawberry bed over there I finally weeded out and got right, so I can be proud of my strawberry bed now, because it was horrible. And then these are my sweet corn, which have been in for about a week, but they're being shredded a little bit. Now I'm not quite sure what that shredding is. Is it birds? Or what is it? What's making them shred? I've never seen that before. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't. Over here in this bed I have got 2 courgette plants. It needs a little bit of a light weeding, but the courgettes are starting to put flowers on over there already. So they're not waiting, are they? So I'll just stand back a minute and let you have a quick look at this section, because you've asked to see it, which is very kind of you to show that much interest. So there you go, hope you can see that. Now here, this in front of it here, is a, make sure I'm not going to fall backwards, is a half moon flower bed, which is a bit empty at the moment and sparse. These are the 3 heucheras at the front here from seed, that one of them is just, if I show you, is just starting to put a little flower head up. The lavender's fresh in, but there's not much else going on. The lichness is still here, but I had mallow and they've all died. There's 1 or 2 seedlings like the other bed. So the mallow's done a couple of years and kicked up its heels. So I've got to restock this bed with some more stuff. So I've got plenty of things I can transplant. I'll probably put some Rudbeckia in. I'll probably put some of the Eryngium in. And if I start and seed up with some more lupins, which I'm looking at the lupins here, and all the colours have gone bar blue and purple, so I think it's saying we need to get some more in. So there you go. Right, so now I'm going to turn you around and show you the little pond, which is starting to look quite nice. I mean, it's only a plastic tub in the ground, there's no big shakes, but it is starting to look quite naturalised. And the London Pride, thank you Ali for confirming that for me, is in full swing at the minute, so it's looking really nice. There you go. And this it's just looking, this flag iris is just looking gorgeous at the moment. I think it's going to have yellow flowers. Right, so we're going to come through the gateway and I'm going to show you my new acquisition, my fruit cage. Here we go. What do you think of this? My friend Ray is an absolute master. He's built this for me and I am so pleased with it. Wood is so expensive these days, but you know what? Isn't that amazing? And of course, I'll actually get my fruit now. I don't have to worry about the little critters getting in on my fruit. Get off it. It's mine. So, I mean, it needs a bit of a weed in there, which I will do. And the paths I'll trim. The doorway, When he came last Friday to do it, he said, oh, I've forgotten the hinges. So he's just wood blocked it for now. I mean, they swing open. And what he'll do is he'll come back, he said, towards the end of this week, and he'll put some new hinges on. But there you go. There is my new fruit cage, which, I've got to be honest, does look pretty clever. Isn't that great? And the other thing I've got to show you is Shuggy, my greenhouse. He's had a coat of paint, or treatment anyway, and I've put on 2 of these little baskets out the side, so he's looking very, very nice at the minute. And inside, if I show you, I've put in the tomatoes at the far end. There's 4 there at the far end. In fact, one of them's got a little flower on it already. The peppers are looking like they need to go into bigger pots, and the chilies, I think, are ready to go on. Would you put them into bigger pots, or could they go straight into the compost in the greenhouse? I was going to put them straight into the greenhouse. Easier to water than pots. Let me know what will you do. Oh, and in this corner, not to be forgotten, I have a cucumber plant which has absolutely romped away since it's gone in. So it's obviously happy, and I'll just have to get some a cane in, and I've got some screws in at either end. There's one up there somewhere, and there's one at this end over here, so I can run a wire across, and I'll use that for him. Yeah, what's his name? Colin. We'll call him Colin. Colin the cucumber. There we go. Have to have names. Oh, and the other thing he did was he put some wire on the outside of that window at the end, so I can now leave the window open without any fear of birds coming in or cats getting in. In fact, I don't even need that on it now. I can take that off and just take that down, and there you go. It's wired on the outside so that everything can get on with it. Good stuff. Right, so out we come again. Do you like it though? He is such a clever man. Now, round this corner, I've been doing a bit here. We have in some everlasting flowers, helichrysum. My nana used to grow these donkeys years ago, and she had flower dyes in her shed, and she used to cut them. They'd dry like paper. There's some more over here, by the way. And then she'd colour them with these flower dyes that she had, and use them at Christmas or in the, around Christmas time in decorations and things. They always look nice. And then just on this end, I've got a verbena. So it's looking really nice. It's looking nice. It's all starting to look very nice. Even the little sweet peas are starting to look a bit more lively. I've put in the what's his names? Uchikikuris. There's 2 of them there, and there's a butternut squash there. So this one over here though is looking a little bit like something's been having a little go at that. That I think needs a little bit of help. Some more slug pellets required, I think. Right, let's quickly walk you up to the other plot. So there you go, that's plot 2. Looking nice. I hope you didn't, you don't mind me showing it to you. They're hard work, aren't they? So it's nice when somebody says, oh, I'd love to be able to see an overview of that. Well, there you go. You've got your overview. Let's take you down to the other plot, and I'll very quickly show you what's happening on plot 1. Let's walk down here. It won't take long. There's nobody here at the moment, so I don't mind talking to myself. Let's go down and have a look. By the way, these are these flag iris that I've got. They gave them to me, so that's what I'm going to get. Let's come down to the other one. We're nearly there. Won't be a minute. And I'll quickly show you the other plot, which is starting to come together quite nicely. Here we go. Into plot 1. All the onions are nice. Chunking up nicely. Red, very, very clearly different to the white ones. So I'm very pleased with those. Loads of water in there, you see, so they should come up nice. This is a honeysuckle, but when I lost the arch, I'm going to have to put in something else for it because it's going to just come straight across the pathway. the lupins are looking quite nice. And here, let me show you these. I'm rather pleased with these. Look at these. So the first line here, they are Brussels sprouts. And the other line are my cabbages. And up till now, fingers crossed, they've not touched them. Well, I've slug pelleted them because I don't want to eat them. And then over there is broccoli. And I've got a space just beyond it, which is for, I don't know what that's for actually. I'll have to have another look. Maybe some more collies because I've got quite a lot. I've got chard in here, ruby and silver beet chard. And there's a couple of wayward potato plants come up and I've just planted around them. I've got some peas in here. Now there are, you will notice, a couple of bigger ones, and the bigger ones were donated to me by the guy next door, and I've just put them in and let them fill up the plot. But to be honest with you, they're flopping a little bit. I'm going to have to get some wirings or some ties on them and help them until they tie in themselves. Yeah, I'll have to do that. Got broad beans here, and they're going to need stringing soon. And then over there I've got my runner beans, and here is just fallow at the minute. The potatoes I earthed up yesterday, so they're looking really nice at the moment. No weeds really. And this, believe it or not, just at the end is verbena. So I'm going to let it come on for a bit and then dig it up in clumps and use it around the two plots. But let me show you this, because this is just stunning. I gave it some fish blood and bone at the start of the season, and I think it liked it, don't you? I mean, the London Pride, you can't really see it against the against those chippings back there, but it looks beautiful. Oh, there you go, the wind's blowing it a bit. And over here is a cistus, I think it is. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous at the minute. The bees are loving it. And the this one, I think here, I forgot what it is. I'm not sure. I don't know whether it's pink or blue. Can't remember. And then there's a nice lichness just at the end there. But that is gorgeous, and it's just starting to climb over my homemade archway. And on this side, I've put in some sweet peas, homegrown ones, and let them come on. That's a sedum next door. So I do need a few new plants down this border. I've lost a few, they've not come back. There was a few but verbena, they've not come. There was another one with daisies on it, I forgot what it is now. That's not come, it's failed this year. So the only other things I want to show you is the honeysuckle, which is a monster. And these lupins are just beautiful at the moment. There's some purple ones just behind them. The host has had a little bit of damage, but it's doing very well. The lavenders aren't in flower yet, but they won't be long. And then over here, look at these beautiful foxgloves. Look at those. Aren't they just beautiful at the minute? Fairy flowers. The honesty's finished, it's gone over. So there'll be seeds everywhere soon. And then here in this corner is the bergamot that I put there, which has grown better than anywhere else because I think it's quite a protected corner, so the flower spires have come up better. Sorry about the weeds, I've not weeded down here for a few weeks. Oh, look there, the red hot poker. But I've just looked in amongst the weeds, and sure enough, the gladioli are just starting to come back up, so they won't be long before they're up and doing their thing. So there you go. And the only other thing I haven't shown you is the espalier apple, and to be honest with you, it's absolutely covered in apples. It did have a lot of blossom on it this year, and it is looking really nice. So there you go, you've now seen what's going on plot 1, on plot 2, and it's nice to speak to you again. Happy gardening. Bye bye for now.